Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another episode of Ramadan Bites. In the previous episode, we mentioned that the Prophet ﷺ narrated from Allah that he takes the fast for himself and he's personally going to reward the fasting person. The Prophet ﷺ went on to say, after mentioning this, وَالصِّيَامُ جُنَّةٌ, and fasting is a shield. The question here is, a shield from what? He just mentioned a shield. And a principle that the scholars mention in our religion is المتعلق إذا حذف يفيد العموم, that if there is no specific thing mentioned, then it applies to wherever it can be applied to, wherever suitable. So a shield from whatever you need to be shielded from. In this life, from sins that you constantly fall into, from addictions that you may have, then fasting is your shield against all these evils. And in the next life, in the hereafter, from the wrath of Allah, from the anger of Allah, and from the fire, then your siyam, your fasting, will be a shield against all those things. And then the Prophet ﷺ went on to say, وَإِذَا كَانَ يَوْمِ صَوْمِ أَحَدِكُمْ فَلَا يَرْفُثْ وَلَا يَسْخَبْ. And if one of you is fasting, then he should not do rafath and sakhab. Rafath is that which is the most evil and abhorrent of speech: backbiting, slandering, abusing, cursing, swearing, gossiping. Then a person should avoid all of these things. As is mentioned in another hadith, مَنْ لَمْ يَدَعْ قَوْلَ الزُّورِ وَالْعَمَلَ بِهِ وَالْجَهْلَ فَلَيْسَ لِلَّهِ حَاجَةٌ أَنْ يَدَعَ طَعَامَهُ وَشَرَابَهُ. That whoever does not leave off telling lies, false statements, or evil deeds, and speaking ignorantly with people, then Allah has no need for him to give up his food and drink. And so the Prophet ﷺ, he continued to say, وَلَا يَسْخَبْ, and he should not get angry and argue and shout and scream at others. فَإِنْ سَابَّهُ أَحَدٌ أَوْ قَاتَلَهُ فَلْيَقُلْ إِنِّي صَائِمٌ. If anybody is to swear at you, if anybody is to start fighting with you and be aggressive towards you, then say, I am fasting. So should you say, I am fasting to yourself, within yourself, or should you say it to the person who's being aggressive to you? Well, that depends on the situation. If you say it to the person who's being aggressive, and this will stop him from furthering or from continuing to be aggressive towards you, then you should say it to him. It's like you're saying to him that I'm able to reply back to you, I'm able to be aggressive with you, but I am controlling myself. I'm stopping myself because I'm fasting. I don't want to destroy the reward of my fast. Or likewise, if a person feels he is the one who's riled up, he is the one who's frustrated and aggravated to have a response to what the man is saying or doing to him, then he should say within himself, Inni sa'im, I am fasting, to prevent himself from harming others and harming his own fast, or diminishing the reward of his own fast. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.